Have you ever been to an amazing all-you-can-eat buffet and just sat there and gorged yourself into the meat sweats? Yeah, I mean, me either, but many of you know what I'm talking about, like pizza, ribs, potatoes, steak, spaghetti, bread, endless amounts of soda, and let's not forget the ice cream. I'm full. Nope, release that belt and get back in there for seconds and thirds, and good Lord, that's a lot of food. Well, that's essentially the mortgage industry right now, and they just can't push themselves away from the buffet table. There's literally no more room in their belly, no capacity, but let's just keep shoveling in the potatoes. No self-control, just indulgence. Well, while that's going on, there's some real concerning trends coming on the horizon. Most of us can't see them because we're up to our eyeballs at the mortgage buffet, but they are here. And I'm not talking about the obvious mortgage ops fatigue concern. I'm talking about massive rental and mortgage delinquencies. Yep, while the lenders put on their sweatpants and gorge themselves on refis, there's some big delinquency numbers that beg for our attention. Not to mention a big move by the CDC and the Whitehouse to delay the inevitable. The move was a compassionate move to help struggling renters. A moratorium that prevents landlords from evicting tenants across the United States effective September 4th through the end of the year. Now here's an interesting take from a low-income housing advocate. Diane Yentl is the president and CEO of the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, and she said this about the recent moratorium. The CDC's order will help millions of anxious families, but added that it merely delays evictions and does not prevent them. She called it half measures that extend a financial cliff for renters to fall off of when the moratorium expires and back rent is owed. And that's from a low-income housing advocate. On the other side of the coin are the landlords, the owners. While this is a compassionate move to help prevent evictions, the homeowners are still forced to make mortgage payments without rental income coming in. Their advocate stated the obvious point of, not only does an eviction moratorium not address renters' real financial needs, a protracted eviction moratorium does nothing to address the financial pressures and obligation of rental property owners. That was the president of the National Multifamily Housing Council. Now, many landlords have made the legal point of, hey, how does the CDC come into the private sector and tell me how to run my business? Fair point, and a point with legal ramifications as landlords lawyer up across the nation. But the CDC is doing so under this health concern, which is, hey, we would have widespread homelessness leading to increased contraction of COVID-19. We would have all the harms that come with eviction. While the ban could be a crucial lifeline for struggling renters, experts say its legal basis rests on a broad interpretation of a 1944 law. The regulation cited by the CDC gives it power to take whatever action it deems necessary to stop the interstate transmission of an infectious disease. Now, I do expect legal challenges, but either way, the eviction ban sets the stage for a painful start to 2021. Tenants will be required to pay all of the rent due per the terms of their lease in January, a daunting and probably an impossible task for many households who would benefit from the order. Landlords, meanwhile, could be hit with a steep drop in income during the no eviction period and be forced to sell their properties or take massive debt to weather the storm. What a predicament, huh, guys? I can see both sides. On one hand, we want to help the renters, but on the other hand, this may lead to widespread foreclosures as landlords need rental revenues to continue to pay their debts. And this doesn't appear to be just a rental challenge either. The Washington Post reported that serious mortgage delinquencies are at a 10-year high. And I'll combine that with another source I leveraged for today's show, which is the US Today article that combined the two challenges and stated nearly 43 million Americans, or 25% of the adult population, either missed last month's rent or mortgage payment, or have little to no confidence that they can pay next month's rent or mortgage on time. Those are some staggering and sobering stats. We have some major headwinds coming our way when you take these two massive issues into account, and compounding it all is all the COVID relief drying up about the same time. By the end of the year, the free unemployment money will dry up, the mortgage forbearance aid will be coming to an end, and the small and big business aid will dry up as well. No more PPP money. Hate to say it, guys, but the proverbial iceberg is right ahead. Whew. What are your thoughts, guys? I can see both sides, and I have a hard time siding solely on one side. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and then share this because this is kind of a big deal. See you guys next week.